Good morning, students. My name is Amrita Dubey, Senior Assistant Professor, School of Pharmacy, BBB University, and my today's topic is handling of research. So we will discuss the prescription and handling of the prescription today. So after understanding what is prescription and what are the different parts of prescription, now we have to understand how to handle or how to compound the prescription given by a prescriber. So handling of prescription mainly, the procedure should be adopted by the pharmacist while handling the prescription for compounding and dispensing. As I said, when prescriber gives a prescription to the pharmacist, so in the parts of inscription, as I said in the last slide, in the inscription part, there is amount and uh, name of ingredient given. So according to the inscription quantity of the ingredient, we have to mix, dissolve, or compound the medication to make a final dosage form. So how to handle? So first of all, when patient bring the prescription from the prescriber, then a pharmacist will receive, read and check, then collect and weighing the materials, compounding, labeling and packaging. So after receiving, reading and checking, collecting and weighing the materials, compounding, labeling and packaging, a pharmacist understand what kind of dosage form have to prepare and what kind of instruction have to given to the. So coming to the next slide, receiving. The prescription should be revised from the patient by the pharmacist himself. While receiving a prescription, a pharmacist should not change his facial expression, which give an impression to the patient that he is surprised or confused after seeing the prescription. So while receiving the prescription from the patient, a pharmacist should not show his facial expression like confusing or irritating or angry. He should very calmly receive the prescription and understand and take time to understand what is the prescription, what kind of ingredient has been given, and what are the different instructions is given for the compounding and dispensing the medication. So the facial expression or gesture of a pharmacist is very important. Reading and checking. On receiving a prescription, always check it that it is written in proper format. A prescription should always be screened behind the counter. In case of any doubt regarding the prescription ingredient or direction, the pharmacist should consult other pharmacists or the prescriber. So after receiving the prescription, pharmacist has to read and check the prescription properly. So always check that it is reading in a proper way, spelling are clear, handwriting are clear, and the instruction given to compound the dosage form is clear. And all these understanding process should be carried out behind the thinking behind the counter. And if there is any confusion, any doubt regarding the handling of prescription or direction of the prescription, then pharmacist should consult the senior pharmacist or the prescriber. So reading and checking is very important parameter while handling any prescription. Collecting and weighing the material. So, in the process of collecting and weighing the material, before compounding the prescription, all the material required for it should be collected on the left-hand side of the balance. So, if the required ingredient from the rack should be taken, and that all the ingredients should be carried or should be put on the left side of the compounding balance. After weighing the material, it should be shifted to right hand side of the. So, weighed material and unweighed material ingredients should not be intermixed. That's why unweighed material should be kept on the left side, while the weight material should be kept on the right side of the balance. This gives a check of ingredients which have been weighed. So this is also a very good parameter that we can check that two ingredients has been weighed or four ingredients are remaining right now. So placing or the proper arrangement of ingredients is also very important. While compounding, the label of every stock bottle should be read at least three times in order to avoid any error. And we should read three times because there are lots of medication like penicillin, amoxicillin, penicillin. So there are lots of medication with the similar kind of rhyming words. So we can check, we can read, and we can assure that which ingredient we are taking from the rack, that is the right ingredient, and that ingredient is mentioned on the prescription. So collecting and weighing the material properly is very important step in handling of the prescription. Now, compounding and labeling. So compounding, labeling and packaging. Compounding should be carried out in a neat place. All the equipment, ingredients required should be thoroughly clean and dry. Only one prescription should be compounded at once. So, compounding means the different steps involved in the formulation of a dosage form or to divide the dosage according to the need of the patient. So, at the time of compounding, labeling, and packaging, one prescription should be handled at one time. Because if you are handling with the two prescription, then there is a chances of error, or there is a chances of error in the compounding or in the weighing of the ingredient required. And if there is any mistake regarding the dosage form preparation will take place, that that error can take a very disadvantageous for the patient. So while compounding of the medication or the dosage form, care should be taken that one prescription should be handled or compounded at one time. And compounding, at the time of compounding, the bin, the rack, gloves, here gloves should be uh, carried out so that there should not be any contamination taking place. And the rack should also be very dry because if there is any moisture we present in the formulation of powder or any dosage form, then it will absorb the powder and dosage powder dissolve in the moisture, and that uh, dosage form will be unstabilized. So a proper compounding, a proper cleanliness, a proper dryness of the compounding place is very important. The compound medicament should be filled in a suitable container because if there is any solid medication you are preparing like effervescent powder or compound powder, you can put that powder in a spherical container. If you are making any ointment or any solid dosage form, then you have to dispense that solid dosage form in a wide mouth container. So according to the physical state of medicament, according to the physical state of dosage form, a pharmaceutical process should select the proper container, and that proper container should bear a proper label. That is very important because label gives all information regarding the medication. The filled container or suitable uh, label, one clean paper of good quality should be used for labeling the container. The plain paper should be selected for the labeling information. The container is polished so as to remove the fingerprint while delivering the prescription to the patient. The pharmacy should explain the mode of administration, direction for use, and storage. So, a label should contain all the information regarding the ingredients, storage condition, mixing, shelf life, license number, batch number, date of manufacturing, and date of expiry, and MRP also. So all these information should be clearly mentioned on the label. Now, Now these days, there are modern method of prescribing. So nowadays, the majority of drugs are available in the market as ready-made formulation manufactured by different pharmaceutical companies. The drug should be prescribed by its official name and not by its proprietary or trade name. There are certain advantages and disadvantages of prescribing the drug by its proprietary name, which are mean that there are many prescription handling process or the prescription um, error can take place also now these days. So this is all about the prescribing, what kind of error can take place in the prescribing process. So at the time of prescribing, at the time of prescription handling, a pharmacist should take a precaution. Thank you.